The Long Beach air hung heavy with salt and secrets. Mia Rodriguez knew both well. She grew up under the watchful gaze of the Shoreline Kings, their graffiti tags a constant reminder of their power. But Mia had dreams that stretched beyond the concrete borders of her neighborhood.
I yearned for a life filled with color, a world away from the grays that stained my city. School became my escape. Books were my portals to faraway lands. I devoured knowledge, my mind a sponge soaking up every bit of hope and possibility.
She excelled in her classes, her determination fueled by a desire to break free from the cycle of poverty and despair that trapped so many around her. Her family leaned on her, their love a steady anchor in the storm of their lives. Mama worked tirelessly at the diner, her hands rough but her spirit unbroken. Papa, lost to a work accident years ago, lived on in their memories.
I vowed to make them proud, to create a better life for myself and for them. I wouldn't become another statistic, another cautionary tale. I would rise above, my dreams taking flight on the wings of education.
Her future shimmered on the horizon, a beacon of hope in the Long Beach haze. The night pulsed with music, the rhythm of rebellion. The air crackled with a dangerous energy that both thrilled and terrified Mia. She found herself drawn to the heart of it all, a party thrumming in a dilapidated warehouse. It was a world away from her quiet life, a forbidden playground she swore she'd never enter.
He stood out from the crowd, a king among pawns. Jayden King they called him, Sir Jay, leader of the Shoreline Kings. His gaze, intense and unwavering, met mine across the crowded room. Time seemed to stop, the music fading to a distant hum as he made his way towards me.
He moved with a quiet confidence, his presence commanding attention without a word spoken. There was an aura of danger about him, a hint of darkness that both intrigued and scared her. Yet when he spoke, his voice was surprisingly gentle, his words laced with a respect she hadn't expected.
I'm not like the ruthless gangster your neighbors whisper about, or so you think.
That night, under the flickering neon lights, a spark ignited between them, a dangerous attraction that would forever alter the course of their lives. Their romance was a whirlwind of stolen moments and hidden truths. Jayden, despite his tough exterior, treated her with a tenderness that made her question everything she thought she knew. He saw past the fear and prejudice, recognizing the fire and ambition that burned within her.
Our dates were far from ordinary. Late-night drives along the coast, intimate dinners hidden away in quiet corners of the city, rooftop rendezvous under a blanket of stars. He showered me with gifts, tokens of affection that I refused to accept, knowing they came from a world I wanted no part of.
He spoke of his dreams, his aspirations to leave the gang life behind, to build something better for himself and his people. Mia saw a flicker of hope in his eyes, a longing for a different life, a life with her. She clung to that hope, letting it fuel the flames of their forbidden love.
I dream of a different life, Mia, one where we can be together without fear.
But the reality of his world was never far away. The constant threat of violence, the ever-present danger that lurked around every corner, cast a long shadow over their happiness. Mia found herself torn between the man she was falling for and the life she desperately wanted to escape. The past had a way of catching up no matter how fast you ran. Detective Carlos Martinez's arrival in Long Beach was a stark reminder of that truth. He was a ghost from Mia's childhood, a man whose life had been forever intertwined with her family's. Carlos had known Mia's father, had seen firsthand the devastation the Shoreline Kings left in their wake. He carried the weight of that memory, the pain of a past he couldn't outrun.
Now I'm back in Long Beach, determined to dismantle the gang, brick by brick.
His investigation led him deep into the underbelly of the city, uncovering a web of secrets, lies, and betrayals. He saw the hold the gang had on the community, the fear that silenced their voices. But he also saw sparks of resistance, glimmers of hope in the eyes of those who dared to dream of a better tomorrow.
I became a symbol of justice, a beacon of hope for those who had lost their way. My presence in Long Beach was a challenge, a promise to break the cycle of violence and bring the Shoreline Kings to their knees. I will not rest until justice is served, even if it means confronting the ghosts of my past.